Yeah, I'll take Anderson. Anderson continues to be, I think, maybe definitely the most affordable the most affordable market that we report on, and you can see here with the average rental price jumping right off the graph here at 950. I mean, everything else we've been seeing is Indy. I think was 1700. Everything else is 2200, 2300. This is definitely the most affordable, and that's why we highlight this area is because we believe that that in and of itself is a driving factor for this market and driving factor for future growth here. So number of active homes, there's 45, which is up 7% month over month. Again, average rental price, it's actually down 5% month over month and year over year. So that's interesting. I don't know what's going on there. Average days on the market, a little bit higher than everywhere else. So Anderson's kind of lagging here this month, and I can't say I know why. Maybe it's this 200 apartments on the
Yeah.
market. My gosh, with an average rent of 650. I mean, maybe 950 is too much for that market, but good God, there's 5 times, 4 times the amount of homes, or sorry, the amount of apartments than there are single family homes. That is astonishing. That's crazy. And then there's one lonely townhome for 1195. I won't even really talk about that. But single family homes here, this graph right here is, gosh, it's a little bit shocking. April, look at that dip in April. So I don't know if that's looks to be like a blip on the radar. The sneak peek into May looks like it kind of ticks back up. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. But a little bit of depressing news here in Anderson for this month. I got to be honest.
Well, I mean, Anderson has never really presented stellar numbers. The only reason we even report on this is because it's a close enough market
Yep.
to the Noblesville area, and we just wanted to keep an eye on it, and we know that viewers want to keep an eye on it to see how it blossoms, if it blossoms. And right now, it's not blossoming. And to be honest with you, I mean, there is so much happening in all these other markets, which makes sense, right? They're closer to the metro area. So, in Anderson's a little bit far from that still. If I'm looking at markets that are still close to the area, but are probably growing a little bit more, and I know we were teasing earlier about maybe adding a couple markets that really the main reason is because I want to keep an eye on them. I want to be able to speak on them fluently. But Fortville. I mean, I just happen to be in tune with that because it's right down the road
Yep.
from me in McCordsville. But Fortville, which is far enough outside the metro area, still super affordable, but growing. But
Yep.
growing, people are so attracted to that area. It's crazy. And Anderson, I think, is got a similar distance, but it is not blossoming. And I can't really speak to any industrial news that's happening in Anderson that's going to present any rosy picture for the near or long term future of
I
Anderson.
did. I did read one article. I can't remember what it was. There was something moving in there. It was adding some jobs. It wasn't earth shattering, but it was just a couple hundred jobs. But anyway, it's always going to struggle a little bit, I think, until something happens up there. But I don't know. I think we should still highlight it because it is still such an
Yeah.
affordable thing. And when we look at the sales numbers, you'll take a look at it. And I'm like on these wholesalers lists. I mean, you literally can still buy a house in Anderson if like you wanted to fix it up. You can literally get a house for like 60, 70, 80, $90,000 and, put some work into it. And then, you pick up a house for 60, $70,000, rents for 950, you're cash flowing that thing. So those opportunities do still exist in Anderson. I think it just requires a little bit of either sweat equity or, rehabbing to make it make sense in Anderson.
Yeah. Yeah. If I were looking to do that, do you feel like that's still, I mean, it's very affordable, but is it not risky? And I mean, so even if you pick one up for 60, 70,000, you put a little bit of money into it. Are you certain you're going to be able to rent the property?
Yeah.
What do
I
you
mean,
think?
I
Yeah.
don't, I don't think I'd be putting an apartment complex in there with 200 other apartments on the market. That's for sure. But there's only 45 other homes. The days on the market's a little bit high at 54, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be concerned.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's get into the sales data here. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
sales data for Anderson. The average days on the market is 45, kind of in line with what we've been seeing everywhere else, which actually down 19% month over month and 4% year over year, which is interesting. Most everyone else has been up year over year in terms of days in the market. Average price per square foot, 123, up slightly month over month, up 10% year over year. And average sales price, I mean, by far the most affordable here at 171,642, up 5% month over month, 2%, let's call it, year over year. And then number of homes sold, 83, that's up 16% month over month and 4% year over year. So, I mean, overall, positive numbers to report here from the sales market. Everything is up, again, just a little bit slightly here. February was an off month. It was just a weird month. But again, it's just really mirroring last year almost exactly, just up ever so slightly. And then over here on the right, this just goes to show this is by far the most affordable market that we have. Look at all these homes
The
and
elephant in the room right there.
yeah, and the under $200,000. I mean, you literally almost can't spend 500,000. There's four houses in the $500,000
Yeah.
range. So under 200 is your market here for sure.
Yeah, so actually, this makes me think back to the Indianapolis market where I was like, you still get these investors that are trying to pick up properties for $60,000-$70,000 and put some money into them, which those alone are hard to find, but put some money into them and then hope that they can achieve like $1,700 a month. If that's the kind of purse that you're working with, you probably should be looking at Anderson.
Yes,
because like you were mentioning there, yes, I mean because that type of money. And then you put a little bit of money into it, and then you get a realistic rental rate of probably $950, maybe $1,100, depending on how you're fixing it up. But that's probably the market that you should be a part of. That you're going to find a lot more success than if you're going to put that money into Indianapolis, into a D area, and then have these massive turnover costs and your low quality tenants and. So anyway, Anderson is the market that you should be looking at. So, and that's the reason why we're reporting on it here today.
Chris, that's a great point. I didn't even think to kind of connect those dots, but yes, if that's what I'm looking to do, absolutely, I'm looking at Anderson instead of inner city Indianapolis trying to turn around a house at $60,000. Do that in Anderson. You're going to have a much better experience over the long term with that investment versus trying to do it in Indy. Great point.